Welcome to the News at 10 on this Monday night. We begin with the Boise foothills. It's one of the region's most protected jewels. And the question is tonight, why is there a large-scale project going on right now to take down trees in the Lower Hulls Gulch area?
Well, we've learned it's the start of a major effort to remove invasive species. This is the first time the city's open space management has tackled such a large-scale restoration project in that area. And it's all in an effort to protect an ecosystem they say is under attack.
Our Morgan Boyston is here with details on the work that they are now doing. Morgan?
Mark and Kim, we're talking about this area in the Lower Hulls Gulch. I'm going to show you on this map right now. It's behind Camel's Back Park. Now, if you park in this parking lot up in Lower Hulls Gulch and you take these trails, you can see the grove of trees that crews are tackling right now. Now, I do want to mention that that area is still open to walk, hike, and bike in the area. Our cherished foothills.
Like when people look at the foothills, they talk about how beautiful and natural these areas are. And while there is many great native plants up in the foothills, there are also a lot of invasive species.
To loosen their grasp,
This area is under attack.
City of Boise Parks and Rec is restoring a popular area in the foothills.
Getting control of invasive species to allow native plants to compete is a really large part of restoration and a major challenge for ecologists today.
First step, getting rid of invasive Russian olive trees, monopolizing the riparian Lower Hulls Gulch stormwater retention ponds.
The silver over canopy will be gone, and we hope to keep it that way.
Chopping them down and then applying herbicide.
Russian olives are notorious for resprouting, and if we don't apply herbicide, we'll be back to this exact same issue in the next 5 years.
Foothills restoration specialist Martha Brabeck says Russian olive trees are detrimental to the ecosystem. There's still plenty of habitat for birds, she says, and native vegetation that'll be planted will be better for them.
Hulls Gulch is a beloved location because of its shade as well as its ability to view wildlife like birds, and so we want to keep that going, and we want to foster more sustainable long-term habitat for wildlife.
Taking control of the landscape.
We're going to manage these weeds into the foreseeable future.
Is no small feat.
To do restoration, we have to select a spot that we think we can make a difference and then work our way outwards.
And thanks to Zoo Boise's pledge to dedicate their tickets conservation fee to the foothills.
We're here today largely because of zoo visitors and the zoo's contribution to restoration.
Renewal will continue.
And you can expect to see other selective projects like this over the next 5 years.
And people are great vectors for invasive species, so Brabeck says be conscientious of what's on your shoes when you're on trails and check the bottom of your pants for seeds. Also, there are a bunch of different restoration projects you can help with this fall, and there will be opportunities when the Hulls Gulch area is revegetated. Learn how to volunteer in this story on ktvb.com.
There are always a lot to jump into that role as volunteering when it comes to the foothills. All right, good stuff. Thanks, Maureen.
Trails in the Lower Hulls Gulch area are also getting some much-needed TLC. Ridge to Rivers is adding all-weather surface material to about half a mile of trails spread out over 10 different sections. Over the last couple of weeks, they've concentrated on areas that were persistently muddied last winter.
When we did our trail plan in 2016, folks asked for more all-weather trails. They wanted to have trail opportunities in the winter when things are muddy. We're constantly telling people stay off the muddy trails, and so now it benefits those trails because we can say, hey, here, go and ride or walk or run on these trails. You're not going to hurt anything. They're ready for you under muddy conditions. Stay off the trails that are muddy.
The problem is the trail tread gets uneven and drainage isn't effective when people use the muddy trails, leading to trail erosion. Or when people want to avoid the mud, they often walk or bike along the sides of the paths, and that kills plants and makes the trails a lot wider.